What's up, guys? again. Welcome to VHB Engines. Kind of on a roll here. I'm trying to get done some extra shit that I've been putting off for a long time because I don't really have any major shit to do right now. So I figured maybe I can do some small things. And that along the lines of being clean this fucking head that I've been meaning to get to forever. Yeah. See how that works. Probably shouldn't be using flip flops. Splashing this shit around, get it on my toes. And I also probably should have set this up before I started filming. Yeah. Oh well. Honestly, being that there's so many sharp edges in here, and it's kind of tight in the spaces, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to clean this by hand. I'm just going to take an attempt at it. I mean, it'll be cleaner than I normally do my heads, because normally I don't clean them at all. But seeing how this is the one that I broke down for a rebuild, or a refresh, I should say, I'm going to do my best to see what I can do about making it prettier. And at least cleaner than what it is before I just dropped in this fucking tank. Yeah. I feel accomplished. I'm doing something. Yeah, that's where all the real grimy shit is. So, I guess if I can get a good amount of that off, I'll feel accomplished. Yeah. So, yeah, I was just thinking about something, and I realized, kind of stupid. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, so I just made like a minute-long video talking about the other B18 block, but now that I'm doing this, and I'm probably going to be, well, I mean, now that I'm doing this, this is going to be a longer video for sure. I could just talk about it here real quick. I'll show you in a minute. I'm not going to show you right now because I'm fucking lazy. I don't want to stop what I'm doing and stand up and point at it. But anyway, if you all remember a while back when I was building that high compression B18, I ran into an issue with needing main bolts. So I broke down the other B18 I had, and I was going to either steal the bolts from that and go over to the one I already had prepped, or just clean and rebuild that one. Now, that build, or that block, I wound up choosing not to rebuild because I ran into a problem with a seized tensioner bolt. And I even made a video about that bolt thing situation because I lost the B16 block once because of a bad tensioner bolt that I wound up accidentally fucking breaking, and then failed miserably to properly remove the chunk left over in the block. And it's definitely a hard lesson learned. I spent a lot of hours trying to repair that, and I went a great deal of distance to buy that. So anyway, it made me nervous. I didn't want to deal with it, so I decided to put it aside and not fuck with it. But just now, I was bored and I decided to play with it a little bit and see what I could do. I drilled a little bit into the head itself, the head of the bolt. I think probably just deep enough where the bolt head ends, where it touches the tensioner itself. And from there, I took my big old mallet. Well, it's not super big, it's a decent sized mallet. And I gave it a couple of solid whacks. This did two things. One, theoretically, probably, I loosened up the threads of the bolt from the holes in the head itself. Loosened it up enough where I was able to twist it. Secondly, then the bolt head was a little bit stripped. So me smacking the fuck out of it with the mallet flared it out enough to where I could go to a 15 millimeter socket and put it on there and have a really good bite. You know, so it wouldn't slip. And with that done, I was quite easily able to break the bolt loose. And now that means I have a very healthy, very good B18 block extra. Now, it doesn't take away from the fact that the crank is still fucked from it, but it does open up possibilities, meaning that I could possibly order a new crank, or maybe find a machine shop that could possibly turn it for me here. I don't have high hopes for that, but it's still a possibility I'm open to. I wouldn't be against turning a crank and doing a stock rebuild or whatnot, simply because of the fact that I'm in a place where it's hard to get shit anyway, and it might be cheaper for me to turn the crank than getting a refurb or an overpriced stock crank off eBay, which is guaranteed to be like $200 or $300. It sucks. With that being said, if any of you fuckers have a B18 crank that's healthy, they can prove to me it's healthy, you want to sell one, sell it to me. I'd be willing to buy it. I have B18 pistons and rods for days that I could use for a stock rebuild, or I could even do something else, another high compression build. I'm open for that. Ooh, that shit's black. Oh yeah. Let me dunk that back in there. Okay. Ooh, yeah. That's coming pretty clean inside. It wasn't that gunked up on the inside. It was just gunked up on the outside. Shit. Alright, so I really don't have too much to say because I've already done like 2 or 3 other videos. And I guess that all the discussion shit that I really need to talk about, I've already put out there in the other video. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut away and scrub it some more. And I guess I'll come back at there again to show you what it looks like. Okay, so yeah, it took a whole lot of time, and I couldn't really get all the combustion chambers cleaned up properly. The carbon is definitely on there pretty strong. I know you guys are going to chime in and oh, use this or use that. I don't care enough to go out and buy anything extra for scrubbing. If my Purple Power can't do it, then I just generally tend to get it as good as I can and leave it to be at that. But I'm sure you can already tell, like, from the lack of yellowing there now, that I did get a good amount of it cleaned up. and I still may take another stab at it at a later time. But for right now, all the hard grime has been brought off of, besides the stuff in the exhaust ports. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. And like I said, this is definitely cleaner than what I would normally achieve in any other circumstances, because I don't normally waste time cleaning the head anyway. And only did this one because I stripped it down. Okay, so to talk about what I was mentioning earlier with that block and that tensioner bolt, there. It was, you can see, shit. You can see where I kind of it's not very deep. Like I said, it might not even be all the way down to the base of the head, but I did that, smacked it a couple times with that. Good, good solid smacks, and then popped right off. So now I guess I will be cleaning this up, even though I don't have anything to put it together right now. But I'm definitely gonna brainstorm. That tonight and try to figure out what I can do with that. And I guess there is no real reason for me to talk about the K20A3 anymore over there, because I pretty much am solidly set on what I'm going to do with that. It's just a matter of time of taking it apart and freeing up the money. Yep. So, that's going to be it for today for sure. I am definitely going in. I've just been counting down the time to call it quits for this video, so I can go back inside and chop everything together and post it on YouTube. If by some chance this is your first video that you're seeing from me, click on VHP Engines below and go through. I got like 100-some videos on here, discussions about different engines and engine assembly videos. If you find something helpful or entertaining, I hope you stick around and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, I appreciate a thumbs up. It helps with channel growth. All my social media is in the description below. Feel free to hit me up. Just know that if you come at me with a tech question, I am most likely just going to redirect you to one of my other videos, if I can remember where it's at. If I can't remember, I'm going to tell you to search for it. I'm not going to search for people anymore. Sometimes I know that I've done it. I just don't remember where it's at. So you can follow me on Facebook for news updates for the channel. Instagram, I post all the pictures of what I'm working on at the time before I upload videos. And Twitter and Snapchat I use for little miniature video uploads for stuff that I may forget while I'm shooting a video. I don't generally follow people back on social media, but everybody who adds me on Snapchat will get a follow back. And if I see you're stuck on something in the car world, I will drop my 2 cents in and help. Alrighty guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and peace.